Alright, welcome to this next part in the video series that I'm showing on how to outsource. And another common question that I've been receiving is how to overcome the fear of standing in front of the camera and talking and just presenting in front of the camera. Hi, Tyrone Shum here from Outsourcing Live. I know a lot of people are fearful of that, and personally, when I first started, I was exactly the same. I was worried about how my hair would look, I was worried about how my shirt would fit, I was worried about how I talk, all that kind of stuff. And it was nerve-wracking. But after a while, after practice, after doing this many times, I felt a lot more confident. And it's just like public speaking or getting on stage and talking to people in a large crowd. Even today, actually, I still get nervous speaking in front of an audience for hundreds of people. So, goes to show that it's not something that just comes naturally. But what I want to share with you inside this video today is to give you some pointers on how to be able to create videos and be comfortable in front of the camera. And it's very much a practicing thing. It's not something that it will just come easily to you, but once you get the hang of it, it becomes very easy. And that's how I'm able to create a lot of videos very quickly, because I can just hop in the computer and hop in front of the camera and just share with you my knowledge and tips on how to do it. So the first thing I want to share with you is, if you're not comfortable with doing the camera first, that's fine. Script it out. Write down some notes. I'm just actually giving you an example right now. I've written some notes down so that it makes it easy so you can see that I actually follow my notes. But the most important thing is just write down an outline or guide, so that way you don't get mentally blank. You can stand in front of the camera and talk by following your guides. And it's okay if you've got a little script here, it's fine to read it off sometimes, but make sure that you have your eye contact with the camera, because that's very important. So that's the first tip. Alright, the second tip I want to share with you is pretend as though there is a person in front of you, like a friend who you're going to be talking to. So just imagine there's a friend who's saying, hey, tell me a little bit more about so-and-so. And it'd be like dating or talking to somebody as though you're introducing them to the first time about a particular topic. And if you think back to the days, if you've ever tried to pick up a girl, I know that this is a very popular and hot topic. If you've ever tried to pick up a girl, this is a similar idea, is that when you talk to them, you want to make sure that you have eye contact, but also strike a conversation that's interesting to them or with them. And just talk as though you are talking to another person. And that's very easy to do, because once you don't think that you're in front of a camera, but you're talking to another person, you can go on for days if you know what you're talking about. So that's the second tip. The third tip I want to give you is turn it into interview style. And it's actually not that hard to do. So once again, it's very similar to number 2, except that you don't have to look in front of the camera. You can actually turn to the side, which is what I'm going to do right now, and pretend as though there is someone in front of you, and have a list of questions already pre-prepped. So what you could do is, whenever you've got the question in front of you, read it out aloud, answer the question as though you're doing an interview with someone, and basically go through that step 1, step 2 of each question. So as you can see, that wasn't that hard. You could just stand in front of the camera, facing it at a different angle, and get an interview type of style. So that was my third tip there. And really, I mean, there's not much more that I can give you in terms of how to overcome the fear of that, but I think the main thing is practice. And over time, once you become confident to get in front of the camera and just talk and share ideas like this, it becomes much easier. I can guarantee you that, because personally, I've done it. So I feel as though I'm at ease when I share a lot of things with you. It's like as though I'm actually talking to another best friend or my wife on a general every day. And this is how I talk every day. I talk to my wife like this as well. So after a while, it becomes very easy to be able to communicate with you, and I hope that's how you feel when you watch these videos with me. Okay, anyway, if you've got any other questions, feel free to ask me down below. I'd like to actually know, what else do you find fearful when you get in front of a camera? Maybe I could create another video on that, but I think this sort of gives you some tips and some strategies on how to be able to overcome that fear of getting in front of the camera. And if you can do that, I'd love to be able to see that. So leave some comments down, or send me feedback on what are the things that you get scared about and stand in front of the camera, and I'd love to be able to help you answer your questions. Okay, my name's Tyrone Shum from Outsourcing Live, and as always, just outsource it. To stay up to date and receive the latest videos, subscribe to the Outsourcing Live channel by clicking on the subscribe button on the screen. Alternatively, you can watch the next video by clicking on the moving TV screen. Catch me if you can.